What is going on, fellow fishing adventurers? Today I'm back out up at my desk, and today we are going to be making yet another DIY lure video. So if y'all didn't see the last DIY lure video, I posted it about a month ago. I'll have a link below. Not only did we make some awesome DIY bass jigs, but I also announced to y'all that we have our first official fishing sponsor here on Hudson's Fishing Adventures. It is called EasyCasting.com. So what EasyCasting.com is it is a website that doesn't sell you already made lures like normal websites do. They actually sell you supplies to make your own lures. So say you go into a normal fishing store and you buy a ready-to-go bass jig, you can buy everything you need to make and customize your very own bass jig. And bass jigs is actually what we made in the last video, like I mentioned. Well, today we are back out working with Easy Casting, and today we are going to be making DIY spinner baits starting from scratch, as you can see here. This one's actually already painted. We're also going to be making some where we gotta paint the jig head. It should be awesome. I've always wanted to make DIY spinner baits. Making bass jigs was so awesome, but spinner baits have just kind of always sparked an interest in me. I've always looked at them when I used to buy them new, and I've just always felt like I could make one. Well, today we are going to be making it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all want to check out EasyCasting.com, I will have a link below along with the last video like I mentioned. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna real quick show y'all everything you need to make some DIY spinner baits. Got a wide variety of jig heads, you know, with the wire and everything. Should be pretty awesome. Let's get into it. So real quick, we're gonna go over everything you need to make your very own DIY spinner baits. I'm so pumped to do this. It looks like a lot, but trust me, it's not. You know, just gotta organize it nice little like I did. It's gonna be very, very simple, and you can get everything you need and everything you see here on EasyCasting.com. So first things first, we're going to have our actual spinner, like the sole of our spinner bait, the heart and soul of it. We got the jig head here with a hook, and then it's got the wire. This is where you tie your line right here, and then you have your blade coming off right here. So got your jig heads. Then we got our blades. So I got a big assortment of different colored willow blade and different size willow blades. And then I also have different color and sizes of Colorado blades, which I'm super pumped for. Then we have split ring BB swivels. I got two different sizes of these. These are the things that you're gonna attach to the end of your spinner bait, which are not wire, which are not only going to allow it to spin, but it also just holds it out there for you. Looks awesome. We are also going to be painting some jig heads. So I have some ProTech powder paint from EasyCasting.com if y'all want to check that out. This is what we used in the last video to paint the bass jig heads. So we're going to be painting a few spinnerbait jig heads. And then I also have everything you need to make skirts, because we are going to be making some skirts for these spinnerbaits. So what you need for skirts is, well, skirts. I have some different colors here. There's Baitfish Series, Silichrome, black and red scale, just some different colors. And then I also have the little skirt tool. I'll show y'all more about this later. Some scissors, some skirt collars, that kind of stuff. If y'all want to learn more in depth on how to just make skirts, I'll link the last video, like I mentioned, in the description, because we went really, really into depth on how to make jig skirts in that last video. And then I also just have a pair of needle nose, because that'll come in handy later, as y'all will see. This is everything we need. Got it all organized here. Let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I am going to be painting my two jig heads that are not yet painted. I really can't express how pumped I am to be doing this again. We're gonna be making some more videos like this throughout the summer, so if y'all like it, I would love it if you leave a like and maybe a comment down below. You can go check out EasyCasting.com and see all the crazy stuff they have to offer, whether it's just the same lures in different patterns or totally different lures. They have a lot of stuff that we can make this summer. And I'm very excited to say that in an upcoming video, we're gonna be fishing with the bass jigs we made in the last DIY lure video and the spinner baits we're making today. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, I would love if you'd smash that subscribe button. Let's go paint our jig heads. So all we need is our jig heads that are not yet painted and some of this ProTech powder paint. I'm going to go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and paint both of these white actually. I really like white spinnerbait jig heads, so got the two that we need to paint. This, and I'll meet y'all down near an oven. Okay, so I just made it down to our kitchen, and first things first, if you have an oven, you're gonna go ahead and wanna start preheating that to 350 degrees for the jig heads. You'll see why in just a sec. So now we've got our ProTech powder paint right here. I got the white color. Then you're gonna need a lighter, any sort of lighter, or even a torch. And then we got our jig head right here. So what you're gonna do is go ahead and open up your paint. And I would recommend that, don't do this by anything flammable, because you are going to be lighting a jig head on fire. Not really lighting it on fire, but warming it up. So now you're gonna take your lighter and you're just gonna wanna heat up the jig head for about 5 to 10 seconds, maybe even a little bit more. I like to do it until I start seeing the jig head kind of turn black. Get it on all sides. This is heating it up so that the paint gets on it better. See it starting to kind of turn black right there. 3, 2, 1. Now we got our paint, and we're going to jam our jig head down into that. I got the wire in there too, but that's fine. I like to let it sit for a sec and then pull it out, shake it, and look at that. So now you can kind of see that it looks painted, but to make it really, really good looking, this is what you're actually gonna want to do. So now we are back at the oven. Hello there. You're actually gonna want to take your jig head and hang it in the oven. Now this looks really, really weird, but what it's gonna do is help dry, not only dry, but kind of like suck the paint tight onto the jig head. So we're gonna leave the jig head in there for about 20 minutes on 350 degrees and come and get it, and it will look dang good. There we go, 2 jig heads of bacon. Okay, so we just got back. Our 2 jig heads that we painted with the powder paint is going to be sitting in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Should look really, really good when they're done. So while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how to make some jig skirts for putting on all these spinnerbaits. So what you're gonna need to make these jig skirts is going to be obviously, well, some skirts. I got a bunch of different colors. You can use one color, you can use as many colors as you want, just some different colors. Then I got this little tool here for making skirts. It's basically this little plastic tube with this wire. And then I got this other piece that can push in right here. You can get this as well on easykasting.com. I will have this tool link below because it's definitely a unique tool, but you need it for this. Then we also got some skirt collars right here, just like really tight little black rubber bands. And we also got some little scissors to trim up the skirts. Let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we need to choose what color we're gonna make. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 white skirts right here. This is what they look like. They're called skirt tabs. Just long, stretchy little things with these that all connect at the end. So we're gonna do that. Then I'm gonna grab 2 chartreuse here. So let's take a chartreuse one. So we got a white one laid out. Then we're gonna lay a chartreuse one down. Next, we're going to lay down another white one, and then yet another chartreuse. So white chartreuse is our pattern. So once all your skirts are in a pattern, you're gonna grab this little tool here, and you don't need this little thing through it yet. So you're actually gonna take this metal part, pop it on like that, so it kind of looks like a little missile. And then we're gonna grab our skirt collars here. Let's go ahead and get one of these guys out. Got one here actually. So then you're gonna take the skirt collar and you're gonna thread it up this plastic or metal needle kind of thing, cone, until you get it onto the tube, just like that. You just don't want it too far up the tube, just about 1/2 inch or so. Now, we got this metal hook like I showed y'all earlier. We got the tube, push it through just like that. And we're actually gonna hook all these skirt tabs with the hook. Just hook them just like that, there we go. Now you can actually pull the skirts through this tube until about 1/2 is out and 1/2 is in the tube. So we got a little bit more, just like that. Now you're actually gonna take this little black ring, the skirt collar, you're gonna push it down onto the skirts. Now, pull your hook back through, unhook it. You can try and get this black collar until it's pretty centered, and just like that, you are pretty much done. Last thing you gotta do is go to the tab ends, like where it's kind of all solid and it connects them all. Take some good sharp scissors and cut that tab off to where now it went from all being one piece like that to they're all loose. So we're gonna do that to every one real fast. So just like that, you have an incredible looking skirt for bass jigs, spinnerbait, jig head, anything like that. So now that y'all know how to make a skirt, I'm gonna make a bunch more for all our spinnerbait jig heads off camera. And if y'all wanna learn more in depth and see more examples of how to make a skirt, I'll have the last video link below, because like I mentioned a few times, we went really, really in depth on making a skirt in that video. Made a few on camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera, get a bunch of cool, different customized color skirts made for our spinnerbaits, and I'll meet back up with y'all when I got all the skirts made and it is ready to get our jig heads with blades on them, put the skirts on. It should be awesome. And now, I don't know what I was gonna say, but the clap looked dramatic. See you in a minute. Okay, y'all, so I just got back from the oven and I got our spinnerbaits out, the two that we painted. Look how incredible that these things turn out. I just don't know if y'all can see how shiny, perfectly symmetrical, glistening these jig heads are. It is so, so incredible. That is what the power of good craftsmanship and easy casting can do right there. That is so awesome. Both of them turned out incredible. And I got 6 skirts made for our spinnerbaits for all 6 jig heads we are going to be working on. So now, sorry by the way for the audio, it is crazy lightning and thundering outside, and we are up high right near the roof, but it is a good thing. Texas needs some rain, so finally getting it. Prayers answered. But now that we got the 2 jig heads painted, and then obviously, like I said, we got 4 much larger ones that are not, don't need painting, that are already ready to go, even have some eyes on them. And now that we got our skirts made and those painted, it is time. We just lost power. Well, okay, y'all, so the power is back on finally, and I'm back out at the desk. We've got all the skirts we've made, our painted jig heads and our jig heads ready to go. And now it's finally time to put the blades, swivels, everything like that on these spinnerbaits and to get them complete. I'm so pumped. Okay, so all you're gonna need to put the swivels and blades on these spinnerbaits and we finally get them done is obviously the spinnerbait. Then you got some of these BB swivel split rings things right here. I got 2 different sizes. And then also your blades. Tool-wise, all you're gonna need is gonna be some needle nose pliers right there. And then I actually also forgot to mention this earlier, some split ring pliers. Y'all will see why. All these are, if you're a fisherman, a longtime fisherman, you most likely know what these are. So I'm not sure if y'all can see, but that tiny little ring right there, that is what's actually going to connect to the end of our spinnerbait wire right here and into the blade. And the only way to open these up is with these special kind of pliers right here. So you gotta need these. These are really inexpensive. I bought this pair of pliers right here for like $3 off Amazon, and I've had them for about 4 years and they work great. So okay, I'm so pumped to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with one of the white spinnerbaits. Okay, blade wise, I have 2 different colors, silver and black nickel. I got willow leaf, which is kind of looks, well, like a leaf, and then the Colorado blade kind of looks like a big teardrop. So for this first one, I'm gonna do a willow leaf. I also have 2 different sizes of blades. So for this first one, let me see, I'm gonna do the silver color of the small willow leaf blade. I'm a big fan of willow leaf blades. I like them a lot. I think there's definitely uses for both. So I got my needle nose, and I'm gonna take this wire and bend it like this, creating a tiny little loop like that. So see that little hook I made? I'm not gonna fully close it yet. And first, I'm gonna take one of these tiny BB swivels and I'm going to thread it on there. So now our tiny little BB swivels right there. So let's go ahead and put this up next to just see what this looks like. Woo! That is good to look, gosh darn good. Now that our BB swivel's on, I'm going to get that tight. That is not going anywhere. And look at that. So now we got a spinnerbait with a little swivel on the end. So now I got our split ring pliers. And it's gonna be really hard for me to show y'all how to do this just because it's so tiny, but it's pretty simple. So the split ring right here, see how there's a flat part and then on the split ring pliers, and then there's kind of a pointy part. So you brace the split ring on the flat part, and then the pointy part splits the split ring into 2 because it's like 2 pieces of wire. And just like that, I've split the ring. I still don't know if y'all can see that. I got one of the small silver willow leaf blades that we are going to go ahead and put on to this now. Okay, so now our blade is on and we're going to thread it onto the split ring. Like I said, it's gonna be really hard for me to show you how to do this just because everything's so tiny. But let's go ahead and get that. No way, you guys. Look at that, how legit that looks, you guys. Got that white, shiny, glossy right there jig head. So now that we've got the blade on, it looks so good. I probably could have actually snipped off a little bit of excess wire so the blade was a little bit higher up, but let's be honest, it looks so good. So now I'm going to choose a skirt. I'm going to go with, let's see, I'm gonna go with this skirt right here. It's got chartreuse, the blue baitfish series, and the red silichrome. So how you gotta put the skirt on, just put that collar band right there, that black collar band, right through the hook point, right about through the middle of the skirt, and then thread it on. And then you can see there how there's this little kind of nub right here, and then it gets narrow, and that's the head. You wanna get the collar above that nub into that little gap right there so that it locks on. Are y'all seeing this? I'm tripping out. Like, seriously, you guys, look how good that looks. That looks better than a spinnerbait that you would buy at the store. And that's kind of the point of making DIY lures with easy casting. Not only do they turn out better, but they're so fun to make. Not that hard too, just good old fun. Fun to do on a rainy day like this. Like as y'all saw, the power went out. The power went out. It was lightning and thundering, so got that done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just trim up the skirt a bit with my scissors right here. If you come through and trim the skirts, not only does it just look better because you know you're being real precise with it, but you can get it to the exact length you want. And this is a small spinnerbait, so I'm gonna make it pretty small. And just like that, we have a perfect spinner blade, single willow leaf blade right there. And that thing is not just gonna sit like this. It is going to spin when you're reeling it in, just like a spinnerbait. Beautiful skirt. That is so, so awesome. Now let's move on to the next spinnerbait. I'm gonna go ahead and do one of these large, big old, this almost looks like copper right here, the pre-made ones. So first things first, got a BB swivel. And today I'm gonna be putting one blade on each spinnerbait. You can put 2 blades. You can actually even put up to 4 or 5 blades. Maybe not on a wire this big, but you can put more and more blades. But I typically like to throw one with just 1 blade. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, just making those. Make a little hook, BB swivel, hook it on, take the pliers, and we're just gonna crimp that wire a little bit past itself. That way it's not going to come undone. You know, you don't want your blade to fall off. Do the test. Look at that. Look at that. This black nickel and the size up looks so gosh darn juicy. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So now our split ring is split open. We got the black nickel medium-sized willow leaf blade right there. I don't know why I said nickel like a name. It's nickel, but there we go. It's on. I just gotta thread it on. Like I said, it's gonna be so hard to show y'all how to do these split rings, but I promise you can look up a YouTube video. You may be able to just pick it up from here, but it's pretty self-explanatory once you have split ring pliers and see a split ring, it's very self-explanatory. Holy shnikey balls, that is the best. I mean, look at that, you guys. And by the way, just to mention too, you can buy this stuff in bulk. For instance, all these blades, I mean, look at this. Probably, I would say, probably close to 50 blades in total. Come in right around $25, I believe, on easycasting.com. One spinnerbait can sometimes cost $25. So if you buy all the blades in bulk, all the jig heads in bulk, all the paint in bulk, all the swivels in bulk off Easy Casting, you can make so many spinnerbaits for the price of just a few spinnerbaits that you would normally buy new. And they can look much better, come out much nicer quality, higher quality. And this isn't just for spinnerbaits on Easy Casting, it's for the bass jigs we made last videos, all the other lures they offer for you to make. That's just, it's science. Okay, look at this, you guys. It's so beautiful. So now we gotta pick a skirt out for this. I'm gonna go with, look at that, shiny. I got green pumpkin, red silichrome, and some black in there. Same exact thing we're gonna do, just a bigger spinnerbait, but same exact process. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing how incredible this is? We made this from scratch. It was a jig head with a wire. We put on the BB swivel. We curled up the wire. We put on a blade. and we made a skirt for it from scratch. And honestly, that's not even the best one we made, because we have these ones where we also got to paint the jig heads. I'm about to show y'all all the spinnerbaits that we made, but real quick, I want to say something. First of all, I hope y'all found this video either helpful or at least entertaining. It was so much fun to make, and I really hope that y'all will take my word for it and go check out easycasting.com. But either way, like I said, I hope you found it fun to watch this video. Thank y'all so much for everything that you've done for the channel. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers, and I really think that we can be there before the end of the year, possibly even before the end of this summer in 2022. It is so amazing everything that y'all have done for me. I have the best audience, I truly do. Thank y'all so much. Also, a big thanks to Easy Casting for being our first fishing sponsor and for sending over the supplies for me to make all these awesome spinnerbaits and show y'all how to do it. And like I mentioned, in one of the upcoming videos, possibly even the next video, I'm gonna be going out and fishing with all the DIY spinnerbaits we made and the DIY bass jigs we made in the last DIY video. Thank y'all so much for everything that y'all have done for my channel. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Once again, a big thanks to Easy Casting. I will have them linked below. Y'all can get everything you need to make your very own DIY spinnerbaits just like these off their website. I will also link my website down below. Y'all may not know, I've actually had a website for much longer than I've had my fishing YouTube channel, also called Hudson's Fishing Adventures. I do have a lot of blogs and helpful tips and stuff on there. And I have a bunch of blogs and pages about easy casting and DIY lures, so I'll have those linked below. Thank y'all so much for everything. And now, without further ado, it is time to stare at our beautiful spinnerbaits. And like I said, in an upcoming video, we will fish with the beautiful spinnerbaits and bass jigs. But for now, staring will have to do.